Greetings, Guardians. Welcome to another preview of the content that you'll find in the April update that's coming to Destiny. I'm going to invoke my settings menu. And just to let us focus on the things that are on the screen, I'm going to come down to accessibility. And if there is a Fran Mirabella in the audience of IGN's Fireteam chat, I'm absolutely sure that I want to deactivate my HUD. And as you can see, my HUD has been disabled. As we make our way through the reef, talk to me about some of the different other world out changes that were made. This jumps out at me, first of all.
We brought the abandoned quest kiosk to the reef and integrated it with the environment, so you don't have to go all the way back to the tower anymore to pick up something you forgot.
I can see that each one of these Guardians has a special glow.
What it is it's per armor piece.
Okay.
And we have 4 colors that will go into it, and these colors are going to be there regardless of what shader you put on your Guardian. The chroma stays there. It's actually 2 different customization systems.
Okay.
So once you apply a chroma to an armor piece, regardless of what shader you put on the entire character, those 2 systems are independent. So the shader will continue to change the armor, but the chroma will stay there.
Okay. You can just see that evil taken energy boiling from the top of their heads.
And they've accessorized with one of our new strike uniques on their back there. Yep.
And they can get that from a strike?
From the new Winter's Run.
Ah, okay. Okay,
strike.
Cool.
Yeah, so when you finish collecting the set,
oh my, look at them.
you unlock
yeah.
the Taken Jitter emote. So the Taken Armor and the Spectar line are both available in the Sterling Treasure.
The Sterling Treasure box?
Yes.
Okay, and where do I get that?
So you get that from a few different places. If you want to go take a look at your Postmaster,
okay,
that's one of them.
All right.
Another place you get it is when you complete the level 41 Prison of Elders, the new matchmade activity. And from your first completion of the weekly Crucible activity.
Okay. Not to be confused with the weekly Crucible bounty, which is pretty intensive and takes a lot of blood and sweat. Before I collect this, I'm actually going to preview the contents. So here's my Sterling Treasure box. You can see here that I have a guaranteed item. So I'm definitely going to get one of these. This is what will enable me to look like a Taken Guardian. And these look like vanity items. I also have in each box one of these possible items. So let's take a look. So we've got the, I've got the Spectre Bond as well as class items for every class of Guardian. And then Vanguard Reputation Booster. Looks like we got 3 of these. Talk to me about these.
That increases the reputation you gain from strikes with the Vanguard, from Crucible activities with the Crucible, and from Prison of Elders with the House of Judgment.
Okay.
And in addition to that, we've also dramatically increased the amount of reputation you're gaining from Crucible matches, from strike completion, from patrol missions.
Okay.
So you're going to be getting these faction rank up packages far more frequently than you've ever gotten them before.
And the faction rank up packages are what are going to be the source of the faction armor that we just looked at during our little fashion
All
show.
of the Chroma enabled faction armor that we've been showing off is going to be available in these faction packages,
okay,
not on the faction vendors.
Okay, cool. And this ship, check it out, this ship has been takenized. And this is Chroma.
Yes.
So this is a new material that we have.
The Sterling Treasure box is the only place that you get Chroma.
Okay.
But if you dismantle one of the Chroma armor that you get from the box, that will also turn into Chroma.
Okay. So this, you can barely see it ghosted in the inventory there, but I have yellow Chroma on this armor. Imagine a world post-April update. I've been making my appearances in the Tower of the Reef once a week. I've been playing my level 41 match-made Prison of Elders. I've been playing the weekly Crucible activities. I can start to open these boxes. This is a lot of fun, so let's enjoy this. Now that drops down my power level.
Yes.
Because this is a level 3 item. It's going to cost me a little bit, but it's all worth it. Now, I have a level 330 helmet going into a level 3 item. What do you think I'm going to get here? Now that we're splitting the difference, because I'm just not a lucky person by nature. And look at that, it's 330.
Yep.
All right, so all theatrics aside, talk to us about what you've done here.
So now items that you infuse give light or defense attack 1 for 1.
So we're basically taking We're basically taking the stronger item and taking its attributes and using them to overwrite the weaker item.
Yes.
We're stomping, if you will.
No more tiny little steps. You get what you put in.
Okay. Now we'll take a look at the white Chroma node that I have here.
Yep.
So this costs me 1 unit of Chroma. I have 30 units of white Chroma. That orbit is so monochromatic all the time, it would be nice to have a different color. So how do I go about doing that?
So rather than having to wait and try and get another helmet, we actually have this reroll node that is right beneath the Chroma node, and that randomly reselects what Chroma node is there. But you lose any Chroma that you've put in.
Okay.
So
I just spent 1 unit of white Chroma to make my helmet look like that. I will be sacrificing that unit of white Chroma that I won from my treasure box acquired weeks ago.
Yep.
I don't get that back, but in terms of re-rolling this is going to cost me 100 glimmer.
Yep, a little bit of glimmer.
But I'm not going to lose any of this progress.
Nope.
If I've upgraded this helmet, if I've unlocked all these nodes, the progress in leveling up the gear stays. I'm going to hit this. All right, so it's randomized.
Yep.
So now this helmet could be yellow. I hit it again.
Yellow
I get
again.
yellow again. Now I get red. I get red again. And now I get blue.
Yep.
I apply this to the helmet. All right, so this is where the fun begins. I have a new vault space tab for weapons, armor, and general items. Let's take a look at what is in my brand new vault tab.
Ooh. There's your shadow price.
And there's my shadow price, but it is level 330 attack.
Yes, we have brought back some old favorites.
And then we get into some of the different weapons that the Reef is providing us with. I'm actually going to grab this one. And how can we get these Reef armaments?
So these are given when you turn in your scorecard from the Challenge of Elders.
Okay. So those year 1 legendaries that you've brought back, where can I find that stuff? Is that just going to be on the vendors in the tower? Am I going to go get the shadow price for the same place I got the shadow price originally?
So those are going to be in legendary engrams throughout the game.
So get your engrams. If I'm not satisfied with the rate at which I'm acquiring these treasure boxes, Shax will give me one every week.
Yep.
Varix will give me one every week. The Postmaster will give me one every week. If I'm just not a patient person, and I'm not, I can go in here and I can help myself to these as often as I would like.
Yes.
And then we had mentioned before, the Taken emote works with any type of armor set, but in order to acquire it,
you have to have the full Desolate set.
And one thing that is interesting is the most difficult activity, right? Like the most difficult combatants that you'll face are 330, but I can now reach 335.
Yes. Some of the final round of Challenge of Elders will have 335 enemies you're going to be facing on par challenge.
Okay.
But Kingsfall Hard will drop up to 335.
After the hotfix.
After the hotfix. Iron Banner will drop up to 335. Trials of Osiris will drop up to 335.
Okay.
Strike Uniques will drop up to 335. Exotic Engrams will decode up to 335. Court of Oryx artifact drops, which you mentioned last week, will go up to 335. And of course, the trial, or the Challenge of the Elders.
Challenge of Elders.
Yep.
Well, you've got this red suit of armor here. You've got the white Chroma.
So if I go matching.
Oh, nice.
So lots of different ways to customize our weapons with our suits now.
Nice. Wicked.
Taken sword.
Check it out. Hold very still. I'm going to check out my new ghost.
Oh, that's right.
Where do I get that?
So that's going to be a Prison of Elders drop.
This is badass. It's got the new Sparrow Racing body, glowing in beautiful white. And check you out. What do you got?
This is the new House of Judgment Sparrow.
That's our show for today. So Brenton Woodrow, Keith Bachman, and also, of course, special thanks to our fashion show guardians who are strutting their stuff in the Reef. Tune in next week because we will be here with designers from the Crucible to talk about some of the different ways in which the arena will behave. We'll be talking about some of the different changes to the sandbox. We have some subclasses going under the knife, as well as a bunch of different weapons in the arsenal that are going back to the workbench, always in pursuit of that elusive quality of balance in the combat sandbox.